This is the Trusted Referral Network. We're a network of about 195 now members, all marketing services providers around the country, including Canada. I should say around the country and Canada for those people in Canada who don't like to be considered another state. And yeah, we are all, small marketing services providers. The concept of networking, you all know, the unique aspect of this group is that we are all in, the same world of providing marketing services. And that makes it easier for us to understand what the other people do and think of opportunities where we can introduce them to potential prospects, collaborate with them, subcontract to or with them, and also learn. So we try to have at each of these meetings a member do a showcase, which is 15 minutes. We had last minute, Robert Weiss, unfortunately, he was signed up. He's a video expert, but he got called to a client shoot. So I figured I would do the presentation, not about my own work, but about a resource for projects that I've been connected to. And I think, I've actually referred other people to the network. It's called CATALANT. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's one of those networks or marketplaces where you have to sign up, like almost any other. But I will start that, and I will give myself 15 minutes. Get my clock going here. Also try to put it on I believe I can add the timer to my, okay. So I will start, and I will bring up presentation, which I will share. Let's see how this is going to work. It's a little difficult to do this. Let's see. Maybe I'll bring it over here. Now, share screen. All right, how about this? Okay. If everybody would go on mute, and that would be great. I will talk through this. I'm going to try to put it on presentation mode. You can all still see that, right? That share. Can you see it now in presentation mode?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. And I'm going to. So what is CATALANT? It's a marketplace for independent consultants. It tends to be, I believe, higher end projects than marketplaces like Upwork. It has a pretty broad range of clients and projects. Again, also higher end or bigger clients. They do add a 33% markup on your rate. So they take a 25% margin. So if you charge whatever, $300 an hour, they're going to charge $400 to take that 25% margin. They've got a pretty broad range of categories. I think the ones that are most relevant to this group are the sales and marketing category. And they've got some subcategories: market research, sales, digital marketing, marketing strategy, and then also data and business analytics. As you can see what those are. There may be some in corporate strategy or digital transformation and technology that are relevant. You can see I'm a member, so this is a partial screenshot of my account. You get to create a profile. I use this for my my pricing strategy work. And I'm not sure if all of you know that in addition to selling software development services, I also provide pricing strategy consulting. And it's a pretty complete profile. Obviously, your availability, willingness to travel, estimated daily rate, hourly rate, I think they have like 4 categories. I tend to charge at the high end of this rate, but I figured I'd rather put it that category rather than the category above. They've got a project search, and I'm going to open this up. I assume we'll have some time. I'm going to open this up to the actual page, the actual website, but I just wanted to take people through this. And certainly if you've got questions at any point, do chime in. I'm not watching the chat as I'm looking at the presentation. So if you just want to chime in, feel free. And this is what, when you get down into the details, this is what it looks like. It's actually one long scrolling page, but I've taken it in 3 chunks so you can see. So this is an example. They're looking for an interim director of pricing for a manufacturing company. Some of these are interim roles, others are, simple basic project role. Some is part-time, some is full-time. So they'll give you, and there's a lot, I've seen a lot of private equity companies or private equity backed companies that are using this platform. And this is a good example of that. So here, a PE backed manufacturing company selling to the life sciences and industrial businesses, looking for an interim director of pricing strategy. They'll tell you what the skills required are, some other information. Sometimes they'll give you a budget, time frame, a couple things about the client. And then interestingly, they also tell you who else, at least at a very high level, has submitted a pitch for the project. So in this case, at the time that I copied it, which was this morning, there were 27 experts, they refer to them as. They can be companies, they don't have to be independents. 16 of those are at the senior level with 15 or more years of experience, and you get to see how that's broken out. And here it shows there's 23 individuals and 4 firms, and it shows the locations. So you have a sense of how competitive a project might be. And then they ask you to do your own pitch, of course. This is pretty typical of the pitch form. They ask you, so when you put your profile in, they'll ask you to highlight 3 employers from your past experience, and you'll only be able to choose those on your profile. And then they ask you to highlight up to 3 clients, and you could put any client names in here. Obviously, if you're not allowed to list the names, I would avoid those. I tend to list the biggest, most recognizable names, even if they are not ones for whom I have done a similar project. They rarely check. I usually put, I've worked for Google, I've worked for Apple, I've worked for IBM. Have I done pricing for all of those? No, but I've done pricing. I did pricing for Google. They give you 2,000 characters for your experience and approach, which is, what is that, about 500 words or less, 400 words. So it's not a big, you don't have to put a big pitch in there. If you've got work samples that's relevant, that are relevant, that's always helpful. And then they ask you, are you available in the next 2 weeks, or whatever it happens to be, whatever the time frame is. And then you simply register as a consultant. It's pretty straightforward. This happens to be the link, and I'll open that up, and I'm going to close this. So I'm going to stop sharing and then reshare. So I'm halfway through. Looks like I have 8 minutes. I'm going to close this out. Let me bring up CATALANT. And I will share this, show you my dashboard. Screen share. Okay. So this is my dashboard. And you can see, you can set up searches. So if I put in pricing, let me show you the breakout. So they do have, I showed you the breakout at the highest level, sales and marketing. They also, within each of those, digital marketing, content development, digital marketing, project management. So it goes into a fairly deep level of detail. And so you could choose these and search for any of them. And my guess is they've got at any one time, they've got a few hundred projects that are available. And so let's say we were searching on, I don't know, say digital marketing. And I believe if I just hit, and I want to do remote, and if I just hit search, that should come up with all of the remote digital marketing opportunities. So SEO help, of course, $30 an hour. That's probably not for most of us. Some of these are really small. All right, here's $10,000 market research, CFO market research, another $10,000. In many cases, the budget is not provided. And here we've only got, about 8 projects. If I did more broadly sales and marketing across the board, we'll see how many projects show up there. So it looks like they've got 20 projects across sales and marketing remote. So again, and it shows which ones showed up, right? Over here on the left. So let's pick one that's relevant. Your market research for a wealth management company, $15,000. Might be in the price range. And then here's a bigger description. So it's a wealth management company. And it's a 2-week research project. So $15,000, 2 weeks, that's not bad. It may fit your budget or not, or your target market. And then if you decide to pitch, you just hit this. And here's that page that I showed you earlier on my PowerPoint. Here they've got a little more detail about what they're looking for in the research. They talk about what the ideal candidate is, when it's starting. And you can see also this other information about who's pitching. And this is the pitch form. So you'll see it only, for the highlight up to 3 employers from your past experience, it only allows you to pick the ones that are already on your profile. But I can put in here, I could put in anything. I could put in, Apple computer. It's spelled correctly, and it'll allow me up to 3. And then you can also put in, if you've got, here's the rates. So these are the hourly rates. I'm roughly around 2,000 or so. That's again what I get paid a day. So if I put in 250 rather than going up to this range, I think it's a little more attractive. And there is a place here, upload work sample. So if you've got any, work samples that you think are relevant that you want to upload. So it doesn't take a tremendous amount of time, particularly if you've got a template that you've created, and you can create a template on the site. I usually do it off site so I can edit it more easily. One thing that I find very frustrating with a lot of these web forms is, you're filling in all the work, you spend an hour doing it, and then for some reason the page crashes and you've lost all the work. So I usually do it on a Word document and then just copy and paste it into the form. So, I encourage folks, if they think this is a good fit or might be a good fit, you will get notifications of projects that are relevant to you via email. If you sign up and you, I think, designate what types of notifications you're looking for. This is I think that example of the notifications that you'd get. So most of them are pricing related, you see, pricing, And also, if they see that you're a particularly good fit for something based on your profile, they will often highlight it for you. Somebody, a staff member will highlight it for you. Of course, their incentive is they make money on every project they sell, and they want, they want to satisfy their clients with the best candidates. So that's pretty much it. I think I'll stop sharing there. And I'm down to 1:45. Questions?
Yeah, Michael, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your experience been like using the platform? Have you gotten?
I have not. I should have put that as told people up front. I've not yet won a project.
And can I ask how many you've tried for? Because that's always the problem with these marketplaces, right?
Yeah,
it's a great project and like hundreds of people show up.
Yeah, I think I've probably bid on about 10. So, and I don't. As I said, I have a standard template that I use where it says your approach. I have a pretty standard approach to the pricing work that I do. I'll tweak it a little bit here and there, but it probably takes 15-20 minutes to, fill out that form and tweak my approach. And it depends entirely. I don't bid on everything. Certainly, I try to bid on only on those that I think I have a really good shot at. I mean, I just bid on one yesterday that was for pricing strategy for a digital marketing organization, right? So, I know digital marketing. I obviously know pricing. It was a good fit. Now, who knows if I'll get it? So I think it's worth at least checking it out. If you're looking for more project opportunities, obviously you skip those for which the budgets are not realistic or not in your in your target area. And then if it's remote, I think a lot of them are now remote. That's what I look for as well. Cool. Any other questions? I can take one more, I think. All right. I do not get a commission by anybody signing up, so feel free to check it out. This is one. I also am a member of a couple of other networks, but they're limited for the most part to former consultants, people who used to work for the big consulting firms, and I happen to have a background there. This one is pretty wide open. You see they do have some marketing, a fair number of marketing opportunities. All right. So I am going to drop in the chat more or less the order in which people showed up. And that will be the order in which I ask people to present. Give me a sec. Where's my chat here? Chat. Everyone in meeting. Okay, so Russ, Lynn, Victor, in that order. And I think 24, why don't we have how many people? We have 4 by 4, we have 16 people. Why don't we do 2 minutes each? I will put my timer on. If everybody would go on mute, I'm going to change the mode to speaker mode so that the speaker will be highlighted. And who did I say was first? Was it Russ? Russ Bruzzano. Take it away.
Okay, thank you, Michael. So I'm Bruzzano. My company is RGB Design, and I'm a website and graphic designer. And my passion is to create stunning designs to help my clients' businesses thrive. I've been in the business for over 25 years, and my expertise spans both website and graphic design. From websites to brochures to logo design, I can create effective and eye-catching designs that truly reflect your brand's personality and vision. My collaborative approach sets me apart. I work closely with my clients to understand their unique needs and goals, whether they're direct clients or creative agencies. My agency partnerships are built on mutual respect and trust, and I collaborate closely with my agency partners to ensure that the designs I create meet their specific requirements. My commitment to quality is also a big part of what I do. I use the latest tools and technologies to create designs that are not only visually stunning, but also functional and user-friendly. My goal is to create designs that not only look great, but also help you achieve your business goals. Whether you need a new website, a complete rebranding, or a simple brochure, I'm here to help. So whether you're a small business owner, a large corporation, or an agency looking for a reliable designing partner, let's chat more about how I can help you make your online and offline presence to the next level. A good referral from me would be anyone who's in need of high-quality website or graphic design services. I work with a wide range of clients from small businesses to large corporations. As a matter of fact, my largest corporation I work with is $1 billion in revenue. I have a good referral for me would be someone looking for a new website or rebranding, redesign of existing collateral. Yeah, I mean, that's about it for me. Again,
Great.
Russ Bruzzano, RGB Design.
Thank you so much. And you can see
Sure,
he's
thank
also
you.
a visual and music artist. So
Oh, yeah.
multi-talented and a programmer. too.
Paintings, illustrations, and guitars.
Very cool. Thank you. All right. Lynn Lavender.
Good morning, everybody. The implicit reason for networking is to increase both your client base and your revenue, which is the most challenging issue for most businesses. We're all fighting to stand apart from both our competitors and colleagues alike. And what I'm doing is creating pieces that drive traffic to organizations' websites. And the materials that I create are making the individual memorable by including individually video narrated or audio narrated pieces. And that is the key to success because video and audio increase engagement by 500%. Every one of us is unique. Nobody has your voice, your personality, or your face. So I make sure that that is an integral part of the materials that I create. So I am embedding what makes you into marketing materials so that every person in an organization can present their true selves while maintaining the company brand and message. I don't do what you do. I don't create the brand. I use what you've created and enhance what your services you're already providing to your clients. The old saying of know, like, and trust. Well, before you get a prospect, before they like or trust you, they have to know you. So I help people put themselves on that path. I'm Lynn Lavender, and my company is Nexus Digital Marketing. I'm
Wonderful,
looking
thank
to connect
Good.
with decision makers at professional organizations like law firms, accounting firms that have multiple people who are out there being rainmakers, companies that have a website, but they're not getting the traffic that they like, and helping everybody stand out, not just from their competitors, but from their colleagues as well.
Thank you so much. Okay. There are a few people that came in late and I did not include them in the list. It's Michael Korn, Krista Giannak, and Rajiv. I'm going to drop those names in the chat now. Did I miss anybody else?
Looks like you got Michael in the original list.
I do have Michael in the original list, Michael Korn.
Yep.
Okay,
That's okay. I'll go twice.
you can go twice. All right. All right.
Sorry, didn't mean to impact you going twice there, bud.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with both the, let's see, everyone in the meeting. Okay, so I just added Krista and Rajiv. But next up would be Victor Lee.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, everybody. I'm Victor Lee, and I'm actually not a marketer myself, although I do play one on Zoom. How am I doing? So what I do is I connect people and opportunities. So I find interesting situations, and then I find people who fit those opportunities. And so one of my biggest projects right now is going on with Mr. Bendit over here. So the watchword for today is R&D tax credits. So it's an opportunity I came across which it's very straightforward. There's a very high conversion rate. Michael was talking earlier about, you apply for all these projects, you pitch all these clients, and hopefully some of them hit. In the R&D tax credit world, about 70 to 90% of companies actually qualify, as opposed to a single digit conversion rate. So with Michael's help, we found, hope you don't mind me talking about this, Michael. We
Not
found
at all.
an interesting opportunity that could be pretty significant. And when Michael and I partnered up on this, and essentially the effort is because Michael has the right connections, he's sent a few emails, and then and the opportunity is underway. So I'd love to talk to anybody and everybody about the process. The transactions we're looking at are generally $75,000 to $100,000, of which we would get we would split a commission on that. So I know I've had conversations with Michael Korn, with Russell Bruzzano, I think a couple other folks about it, and I'm happy to talk to anybody else about it as well. So those are the kinds of situations that I'm generally looking for. I have another situation where we are launching a ChatGPT product. It's going into the marketplace today because somebody mentioned storytelling, right? And the problem with storytelling is that people don't know how to do it, and you don't know if they're doing it well. Well, we devised a scoring system that will tell you. So we're enlisting Rajiv, Jeff Strauss has been helping us with this, and I'd love to talk to other people about it as well. So it looks like my time is up, but happy to chat with everybody I haven't already met. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Victor. Scott, our first guest to go.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name is Scott. I work for a small boutique agency. We're an SEO agency, strictly B2B SaaS companies. We kind of look at SEO in like kind of 4 buckets. We see it as keyword, your total addressable keyword targeting matrix. We see it as content marketing as well on your blogs. We kind of rate websites and such through technical audits and also through backlinks. And we also do all the content and writing for specific keywords that tech companies are looking for. And we do all the blogs, we do all the content. We do a whole entire grading of your site as a whole. We do kind of a trusted advisor kind of way of looking where you guys are ranked in Google and where we guys can help you rank even higher in Google through websites and increase that traffic to just get more people on your website, get more trials and demos. We kind of do an overhaul, looking at your commercial pages, your resource pages, anything that can kind of relate to your website as an entity, and be able to build backlinks that refer clients and content to your website to increase that flow of traffic. Been around the business for about 16 plus years. It's a small boutique business, but we our main target audience is again B2B SaaS companies. So anything that has to do with SaaS. We've worked with many companies from small to large. And yeah, we just really enjoy it. We love what we do over here at Simple Tiger. And integrity is definitely one thing that we definitely value very high, just because of, we write our own stuff. We don't even use chat GPT that much. So everything that we write is all through like just personalized and everything. So it's amazing opportunity. It's amazing business. And yeah, I look forward to kind of connecting with all of y'all, and thanks so much for having me on here, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So the company is called Simple Tiger.
Yep. Simple Tiger.
Very neat. And B2B SaaS SEO. There's a guy in our group who is a B2B SaaS marketing guru, and I have to pull up his information, but he would be a good guy to connect with. I don't know if he does SEO, but his focus is SaaS clients. Okay.
Very cool.
Thank you. Greg Markowitz, take it away.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Greg Markowitz, Breakthrough Digital. I'm based in Morristown, New Jersey. Breakthrough really focuses on working with, anyone from the small business on Main Street all the way up to the large IT firm or college or bigger business. But we really, our motto is we like to say yes. We like to say yes to, whatever budget you have. We're going to try to make it work within reason. A big differentiator, and I've been in digital marketing sales for just under 14 years at this point. and I've been at quite a few agencies. I've been at Breakthrough for over 2 years. And the biggest difference from wherever else I've been is for every one of me on the sales side, or for, I should say, for every 20 of me on the sales side, we have 3 account managers, strategists, customer service people. It's always been really heavily favored of sales. It's the opposite here. So for every one of me, we have 4 people focusing on the clients, the strategy, the actual execution of the marketing. So it's been really refreshing. And the nice thing is, when you work with me, you don't only get me, you get my team of account managers, which I have 2 stellar ones. So it's nice to have 3 total single points of contact. You're not calling a 1-800 number and get somebody that has to pull up your information. No, you can email 3 people. One of us will respond to you very quickly, and they already know your account in and out because they've been working with you from the get-go. Good referral to me is anyone that is questioning what their marketing is doing for them. I also have been really increasing my agency white label business the last couple of months. So SEO, website agency, creative agency that's looking to add to their service line. Happy to white label and work with you as a partner. Greg Markowitz, Breakthrough Digital.
All right, thank you so much. I did not recall that you did so much white label work, which is good to know.
It's really, like I said, the last few months, it's really grown.
That's great. Yeah, there's so many, so many areas of expertise you need to have if you want to be full service. So a lot of people need to supplement. Okay. By the way, everybody should drop their LinkedIn contact information, the LinkedIn URL into the chat, and I'll encourage folks to download the chat at the end. Moving on, Virginie Glaezner.
Hi, Michael. Glad to be here. We talked a few weeks ago. So my name is Virginie. I'm originally from France. I moved in Silicon Valley, where I spent about 17 years working for tech startups. I built 2 companies of my own. And then about 10 years ago, I got tired of the blue sky of Silicon Valley and people being politically correct. So I decided to come to New York, which I love. I've been here 10 years. I'm a fractional CMO. I'm passionate about why people do what they do, neuroscience, psychology, and all the new tech. So I'm really having fun with ChatGPT. And I have a podcast where I ask difficult questions. And soon I'm going to talk about this whole thing about ChatGPT. So anyway, I work at Econoc, which is a marketplace for fractional executive women. This is the agency I started about 4 years ago, evolving. And we're only 9, but we're growing. And the other startup that I'm actually quite challenged with, because I originally did not want to be the CEO, so I'm looking for a co-founder. It's called reapcommunity.co. It's a Web3 company. I'm very interested in Web3, the economy of abundance. I actually just wrote a book on the economy of abundance. I think there's something profound that is happening in front of our eyes, and we don't see it because we have been ingrained with the belief of scarcity. And I'm really looking for people who are challenging the current reality, who are tired of fighting for themselves and attacking and protecting, and who believe that there's another alternative. And that would be the economy of abundance. That would be Web3. That would be becoming a co-owner in organizations that are private. So both of Econoc and Reap are Web3 company, which means that ultimately they're going to be owned by customers and the members. Thank you for having me.
Good timing. Thank you very much. I think the Reap community might be a good topic for a presentation if you're interested.
I just signed up for next in 2 weeks.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly what we were looking for. Sharon Moston.
Oh, I think she left.
Oh, she did. She had to leave.
Yeah.
Okay. John Parsons.
Thanks, Michael. As I've been doing for the past few weeks, I have another freebie for you all. Thanks to David Libby, we have a referral to a tech client in Florida and in Massachusetts, the 2 people who are in the videos that we're producing. By the way, I'm John Parsons, Into Ideas. We're a video marketing studio. But when we set up for these shoots that we're going to do next week, we decided, because their space was really awkward for remote shooting, that we would do green screen. We haven't done green screen in a few months, so to get back into practice, I found, or one of my people found, a video that I'm going to share in the chat about green screen do's and don'ts. It's a fun video. It follows a lot of the procedures, some for television and movies and broadcast, but some practical things for the stuff that we do, the more small business online videos. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I also am hearing a lot of you all talking about AI, and in addition to our video work, I'm also a ghostwriter, which Michael is apt to talk about, and I'm working on my second book on AI. So there we go.
That's right. Another multi-talented member of the group.
I never leave this office. That's the downside.
But you must get a lot of work done. Okay. Also, on the northwest of the states, Bainbridge Island, which is off the coast of Seattle.
Yep.
All right. Milt, a guest. Milt Hwang. Milt, are you still with us?
I am still with you.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate the opportunity. First meeting, so getting to know the format, as well as appreciate the opportunity to get introduced. So Milt Hwang, I always open new intros by telling a little bit of a personal story. I took a non-traditional path into marketing, started as an engineer, and then made my way and found my passion into marketing. And that engineering path has helped me because I've focused particularly on marketing technology and marketing operations. So the tools and the digital side of it have never bothered me. So I've recently started to coin myself as the MarTech engineer. So testing out that label. So I'm learning from all of you because I just recently stepped away. Michael knows this story, after 30 years of corporate leadership roles. So 20 plus with GE and GE Healthcare. So I'm also a healthcare industry nut in that area, then left GE and diversified across 3 or 4 separate chapters since that, and hit another personal and professional inflection point where I decided to step away as an independent strategic consultant. So have picked this area of marketing technology and marketing ops as the focus, and hence the group is called Mission MarTech, with the focus on aligning programs for clients around people, process, and then platforms. My differentiation factor is the fact that I can do the strategy and operations, but I can also turn the wrenches in the major platforms like a Salesforce, Marketo, or HubSpot. So ideal referral for me would be either startups that are looking to stand up their tech stack, or, given my past profile rolling out Salesforce at GE, large enterprise clients that are looking to reevaluate their total marketing tech stack. So Milt Hwang, Mission MarTech.
All right. And the guy who gave the presentation last week, Rand Mullins, focused on RevOps, might be a good guy to connect with. His company is called, I can't remember it, but I'll send it to you.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it.
But yeah. If you remember Rand, it's RAN Mullins, MULLINS.
Okay.
Okay. Daniel Tappan.
All right, Mike, I appreciate that. Yeah, Daniel Tappan, coming at you from beautiful Golden, Colorado here. I work with a company, LeadRev.ai. Simply put, we help all of our clients with outbound distribution, LinkedIn, email, direct dial phone, all that boring outbound stuff. What sets us apart is our rigorous approach. We actually take time to research every prospect. We use some fun AI on the back end, using that to basically scrub the internet for all the information we can find about every prospect, and then use that to curate a handwritten message for each individual. So, as opposed to, if you want to compare us to a typical email blast marketing strategy, we actually tailor our messages for each and every prospect. And then, of course, hit them up across channels. So we're able to get our clients' offer in front of them through LinkedIn connection requests, tactical voicemail drops, as well as those emails, all of which is very personalized for each prospect. So high level, that's what we do. Really just engage your target market with your offer. Something I'd like to touch on today really quick is just get some feedback from all of you. So feel free to, unmute or whatever. Just curious, how many of you folks are currently utilizing SEO or any sort of digital inbound tactics for your company? Just show of hands. Okay, just looks like we got a couple people. So some tech that we're rolling out here, and we can do so with about 85% accuracy for non-bot traffic, is actually resolve the individual identity of the people visiting your website. Unlike anybody else out there, we can tell you first name, last name, what company they're with, what's their cell phone number, email, all of that without cookies, simply because they visit your website. So anybody's interested in talking, my information is in the chat, and yeah, Mike, I'll hand it back over to you. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And I see you're also a guitar player, so maybe you and Russ Bruzzano should get together.
Yeah, we should jam. Absolutely.
All right. Let's see. Rochelle Lisner.
Oh, hi, everyone. It's Rochelle, and the company's dynamic business growth. And I always say that it's dynamic business growth and not schlep along business growth. And, companies have a really rough time explaining what they do in a concise way. I find that people cannot talk about their business because very often they are boring, long-winded, and common. And that's just some of the everyday occurrences that I see. So when it comes to speaking about your business, I always ask, are you storytelling or boring telling? What is that dynamic story that based on that story, I get to see your expertise? We don't have to go into that, my name is John Smith. I'm in Midtown Manhattan. I'm doing this for 25 years. My response to that is I couldn't care less. What does that have to do with me, your client, and your potential person that's interested in you? I want to know, how did you pull a rabbit out of a hat? Based on that story, I get to see what your expertise are. So working with companies to create that dynamic story is where I've been doing some of my best work. So that's about me in a nutshell.
Very good. And what types of clients do you like to work with?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I love working with family-owned businesses. I love working with what I call non-sexy industries. I did a lot of work in pest control. So if you can come up with something less sexy than bed bugs, we really need to have a conversation. Anything, because a lot of all those businesses are family-owned, and you have a conflict between the owner of the company and the next generation coming in. And again, there's so much experience and skills that they have, but they're not speaking about. So family-owned businesses in the non-sexy industries are just, they're very zippity-doo-dah for me.
Very cool. And your workshop, is it, you're working on?
Not yet. I don't have a date for it yet. I'll get back to you with the date. I don't have the date yet.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much. All right. Moving along. Let's see. Jeff Strauss. Jeff, are you there? Are you on mute? Let's see.
I don't think he's on the call.
Oh, Jeff had to leave? Okay. Yeah, I have it on speaker mode, so I don't see everybody. Okay, Michael Korn. Michael, are you with us? Did he leave too?
Yeah, I'm there. Here I am.
Oh, there you go. Go for
Here
it.
I am. I just posted a little message from my link from my website, and wanted y'all to have that. I don't know if I can share a slide, but if you can, let me know.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, tell me when I have 30 seconds, because I'll use it for the last 30 seconds. I'm a financial advisor. I focus on the accidental business owner, definitely in the creative field. My history is growing up in advertising and marketing, and I was a partner in a firm for 11 to 12 years. By default, became the operating partner and was the accidental business owner. We just build the business, we'll take care of all that stuff later. Personal planning, retirement, benefits, all that stuff. I'll get to that. No, my mission now is to help you Mr. Business Owner, deal with your financial planning stuff. I find most business owners are missing things. We combine personal and business planning. And one of the things we do is a lot of benefits, and I'm going to show a slide for my benefits pyramid that we're presenting to a company with 400 people. And they wanted to beef up their benefits. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
The benefit period starts, they did a good job in basic benefits, which is healthcare, dental, vision, etc. That's kind of the cost of doing business. They want to go beyond that. We're suggesting a financial wellness program for all. If your employees are stressed because of their financial world, they're not focusing on your business. So we can help them focus on de-stress them and how to deal with that. Look at the 401k that's in place. There's a lot of different things going on with Secure Point 2.0 Act. They have no disability, so we're talking about AFLAC for lower end, executive carve out for higher end stuff, non-qualified executive benefits, deferred comp, golden handcuffs, etc., and protecting the business and business succession and exit planning. These are things we do at the higher level of business planning, combining that with personal planning to de-stress you all. You can reach me in the website, my email and LinkedIn, and there's a link to my calendar on there. And I'm happy to be a sponsor of this group. It's a fantastic group. And that's all I have to say this morning.
Thank you so much. All right. Yes, Michael.
Does that
Korn is
sound
very
better than
knowledgeable.
last time? I tried to fix my sound.
Yeah, the audio is better. It's still a little bit somehow muffled or something. I'm not sure, but
I just gotta be in a different room than this.
could be. Roger Brooks. Could you stop sharing, Michael?
Done.
Okay, Michael, Roger Brooks, you still with us?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Roger Brooks, Research and Marketing Strategies. I'm a marketing research consultant and strategist and transitioned out of the corporate world a little under 2 years ago. So what my goal is to leverage my research expertise with major players like Google, Facebook, and digital agencies and others into the small business world. Key targets, as you can, one of them is reflected in my background. That is Paso Robles, one of my favorite wine ABAs. So a key target for me is the wine industry. Others are startups. They're an absolute natural for anybody who's launching a new product. Unless you really understand the appeal, the potential demand, the perceived uniqueness, there's a standard research process called concept evaluation. So I've done a great deal of work in that area. So startups are natural and actually help write their search program and launch a successful startup in my past. The other area where I'm focused is nonprofits. So I did a lot of work with a nonprofit over in Napa recently. I live about 25 miles away from the area that I really love. So that's basically it. It's people who are engaged and need to really capture input from a representative sample of their customers or their targeted non-customers to inform their decision-making and thus reduce the risk in those decisions. So that's pretty much what I'm all about.
Right, and Roger does a lot of quantitative as well as qualitative work, right?
Yeah, mainly quantitative. And oh, by the way, I'm a member of SCORE, and they asked me to do workshops on market research. So I've got one coming up on the 25th. So if anybody's interested, that's geared towards startups, small businesses, kind of solopreneurs. But if you're interested, let me know. I'm happy to send you the link.
Great, put it in the chat. Okay, right. Krista Giannak. Krista, are you here?
Who trusts you and why? That's something that I ask my clients a lot because it's really not about persuasion. It's about figuring out what your audience cares about and giving them that information in a way that makes them more comfortable taking action. I'm Krista Giannak, Wise Words That Matter, ghostwriter and blogger for speakers and other visionaries. I love to work with passionate people who have a lot to say. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but I certainly have. Sometimes the people with the most to say and even the most interesting ideas go unheard because they're presenting their ideas in a way that's not appealing to the audience they want to reach out to. They're maybe going on, or they're not sharing the wisdom and the stories behind their knowledge. I used to shy away from my personal story, whereas now I embrace it and I speak about it because I had to learn to stop shying away and start embracing my personal story, including the perceived weakness of being blind. I can help clients, and I regularly empower and inspire clients to do the same, to share their stories and the journey that positions them to help their clients. Krista Giannak, wise words that matter, ghostwriter, blogger, speaker, oh, by the way, skier who just happens to be blind.
Very cool. Very compelling story. Okay. And let's see, Rajiv.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Nice to meet you all. As you can see from my Zoom background, I'm an assassin. Yes, you read that right. You heard it right too. I'm an assassin. Yes. I delete, erase, destroy, obliterate all that bad stuff online. Why? Because there's just so many haters out there today. So many haters that are trying to pull good people like you down by spreading lies and slander and rumors and falsities online. The net effect of that is it drives customers away. And that's a wrong that needs to be righted. And that's what we do. We erase bad reviews from any place that has reviews like Google My Business and Yelp, Amazon, etc. And we also erase scandal from Google, social, and the internet. Success guaranteed or your money back. I'd love to meet for a few of the people here that I haven't met before, as well as those that I haven't spoken to recently. My link is in the description. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Let's chat. I'd love to explore synergies to see how we can work together, because when I say work together, I mean you get paid, I get paid, the client gets taken care of. It's a win-win-win. And that's all that that's how I work, and that's what I'm interested in. I'll leave it there. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you. I love the green glow. All right, cool. Did I miss anyone? I know while I was presenting, a few people joined, so I hope I didn't miss anybody. All right, so I will give myself 2 minutes, and it looks like that's about as much time as we have. So my name is Michael Bendit. My core business, besides running this network, is I represent software development teams and sell their services and their capabilities. So it's about a dozen teams. A lot of our work is in the marketing world, and which is why I run this network. And a lot of my business comes from referrals and from working or partnering with other digital agencies. The reason digital agencies come to us is because they don't always have the staff, the programming staff on board that have the right skills or the capacity. Sometimes they've got a couple of people, but they don't have the bandwidth, right? They can only have so many work so many hours, and oftentimes the programming takes a tremendous amount of time, obviously expertise and knowledge. So across the 12 companies that I work with, they have a pretty broad range of capabilities, meaning different platforms, different languages, also different budgets. I have teams that are offshore, so they're much less expensive. I have domestic teams. So some people want to work only with domestic teams. Of course, they tend to be more expensive. And then the teams that I do most of my work with are what I refer to as dual shore, meaning they've got a couple of people here in the US that are client facing. They tend to be the principals of the organization, the account managers, and then most, or if not all, of their developers are offshore. And so the client gets the benefit, a significant benefit of cost savings, but doesn't have to deal with the complexities, the challenges of working directly offshore. There's language difficulties, cultural time zone, and that's on top of translating business needs into technical needs. Great leads for me are other digital agencies, and anybody, also startups. We do a lot of work with startups that have an idea, but they don't know how to productize it or develop it. So always looking to connect with people in either of those two worlds, startups and marketing, and always looking for new people to join this group. So if you know folks that have a specialty in the marketing world, or even a generalist, agency, small agency, invite them. We have a coupon code that they can get, save the $15, which is the guest fee, the standard guest fee. But send them my way. And now is a great time to download the chat. If you open up your chat window, and bottom you see the 3 dots, click that. Save chat is the first menu item. If you save it, it'll save into your Zoom folder, which is usually under documents. And I look forward to it, and use that to connect with people. Of course, if you forget somebody's name that was on this meeting, let me know. I will also post this, as I always do, usually over the weekend as a video. But I thank all of you for coming and for participating. And if anybody has any questions also about CATALANT, feel free to reach out. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Here's everyone.
Thank you very much, Michael.